Hello, people. What's up? Hello, Anton. Welcome back. First one in. Early bird catches a worm. Yeah. But yeah, talking about taking pride in appearance. And I do think that I guess if people are like don't care about their appearance, it can sort of be a red flag if like they don't seem to really present themselves the best that they could. If say like they're wearing clothes that have got holes in them and stuff like that, shows that they just really don't care how. Because you've got to think about like what would that other person think? What does it signify? What does it show to that other person? It shows that I'm a bit of a bum, that I don't take care of myself, which is they're going to think, well, if he's like that in that way, then how does he do everything else? Because they say how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you don't take pride in your appearance, it's likely that other areas of your life may be lacking as well. Like you might not be in the best shape. You might be the kind of person who is late to things a lot. Like you're not really on time a lot. You're just not very reliable as a person. So of course it's not 100%, but people can like infer based on things like, oh, this person's like their teeth look stained or whatever, and they're kind of just got bad breath, and their hygiene's off, they got acne. Of course there's certain things you can't do anything about, but if you have so many things going for you like bad, like you're smelling, you've got holes in your clothes, it signals that you probably don't take care of yourself, and you could do a lot better for yourself, but you just choose to be lazy and not do much. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, let's get the likes up, people. So subscribe if you're new here. Hello, Abe Tripathi, welcome in here. How you doing tonight? You all right? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, people. But I've noticed there's a bit of a lag on this. I think there's, like I don't know how many seconds. There's a few seconds lag between when I see the chat. Yeah. Hi, Nick. How you doing? No. Hello, Nargis. Hello, Dan Raj. Quadruple 4. How you doing? Hello, Abe. Where are you from? York, England. What about yourself? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. 20 people here. Cool. Let's get the likes up. 1 like. Come on, guys. Let's get to 20 likes real quick. So then maybe the algorithm will push this out more. So yeah, how we're doing tonight, everybody. Hope everyone's well. If you've got any questions on health and fitness, for example, put it in the chat and I'll try my best to answer it. I don't know that one, Nick. I don't really do Eminem stuff really. So, but yeah. And then I know a bit of that one. Was it Without Me, where it goes, this looks like a job for me. Yeah, hello, Flower. You're right. Welcome in here. How you doing tonight? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, people. This looks like a job for me. So everybody, just follow me because we need a little controversy because it feels so empty without me. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Guess who's back? Back again. Sadie's back. Tell a friend. Yeah, that was a tune back in the day, wasn't it? 2002. Yeah, going back quite a while. I kind of remember like when that song came out. It was like, yeah, I was still living with my mum and dad, like my birth mum and my dad. I was sort of like living with my grandmother as well at the time as well. But yeah, I had a bit of a turbulent upbringing where I actually got put with it was kind of I don't need to go into too many details, but yeah, it was shit happened basically. But yeah, but we all got through our own things. So I've heard people have been through far worse stuff than me, so it kind of puts things into perspective that what I've been through is probably like nothing compared to what some people have been through. So yeah, I try to empathize with people's experiences. Yeah, Flower Follow says, thank you so much for reading my message. No problem. I try my best. But yeah, if anybody's new here, can you subscribe, please? That would be really appreciated. So yeah, just keep the chat flowing, everybody. Yeah. Doesn't look like Abby's coming back, maybe. I thought she said she was going to be coming back tonight, but I don't know. Because when people say I'll be back later, I would think that, oh, that means they're coming back tonight. But I know sometimes shit happens and they don't get to or whatever, but it's just when people say, oh, I'll be back soon or something like that, that's what they literally mean. You know, I take things literally. It's like if someone says, I'll be back soon, I thought that would mean that they're going to be back during the live. But then oftentimes they don't come back till the next day, so I don't know. Oh, thank you, Abe. Yeah, nice one. Anyway, but yeah, welcome in, everybody. Hope everyone's had a good day today. If you're new here, can you subscribe, please? That would be really appreciated. But yeah, so where are you from, Abe? Is it India, I'm guessing, somewhere like that? I could be wrong, but yeah. Yeah, what's everybody? Why have you retracted your message? What's all up with people like retracting their messages? Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that. I subscribe. Yeah, thank you very much. What's your name? Flower follow anyway. Yeah, nice to have you here tonight. What's everybody been up to today? Has everyone been up to anything interesting? But yeah, I'm gonna try and look into some more like health supplements and things like that. I was looking a bit into this thing called Shilajit, Himalayan Shilajit, I think it's called. It's supposed to have some improvements for like people who are looking for like muscular performance and endurance, as well as recovery. So maybe it's something to look into. Maybe it's something I could promote at some point. I was thinking I could do some like affiliate marketing and stuff. That could be a way to make some income. Because if I can find supplements that I believe in that can actually work for people, then I might be willing to promote them to people and get a commission. So I'm only going to promote stuff that I actually believe in. I'm not about promoting snake oil because I think that is just unethical. There's a lot of people promoting stuff that they don't even believe in, let alone use. How's it going, Anna? Okay, you're right. Good to see you again. A lot of people pretend like they use certain supplements. They don't even use it, and they probably don't even believe in it themselves. So I just wouldn't trust in a lot of the charlatans online. They're just selling you a lot of nonsense. Yeah, most stuff online I wouldn't buy, especially a lot of these courses that a lot of people sell on like how to get fit or how to get rich quick. You know, you had all these people like Ty Lopez, for example, or just all these scammers who were like, here in my garage. It's like, shut the fuck up, you're a scammer. Just and he's still at it. He's still trying to spew his nonsense to people so that they'll buy his course. Because yeah, it's just fake. It's just, yeah. The thing is, it was like one of those fake it till you make it people. It's like when he first started, he probably like pretended to have all this wealth, and then just because it got so successful, eventually he actually would be able to have all that wealth. But yeah, it's like, but a lot of people would buy into it, especially like the vulnerable people who are struggling. They're like, oh, I need some more money, and I'm like broke. So then they see these ads come up for them, and it's like, it's preying on their insecurities, isn't it? It's like when people see stuff on dating and then they're selling courses on how to attract women, and a lot of it's probably just a bunch of crap. But there's a big industry with a lot of this stuff. They make an absolute fortune, some of them are, charging hundreds, if not thousands of pounds on these courses in a lot of cases. Sometimes they're even charging tens of thousands when they do the upsells and they sell these seminars and different things where people are spending an absolute fortune. Yeah, see you later, Anna. Jamie, there's an old saying, all bullies are coward. I'm sure you've heard it, but is it true? Are all bullies cowards, or is it sometimes a case of peer pressure where one doesn't want to let his friends down or go against their will to join in? I would say you could say that in of itself is being a coward, but people who are afraid of losing their friends, they could say I would just say it's a lack of having a backbone is what it is, whether you want to call it cowardice or whatever. It's just someone who hasn't got a backbone. You know, that's like, if you have a backbone and you can just like say no to people and be like, no, I'm not going to join in with this crap. You can unfriend me if you want. I just don't care. I'm not going to entertain this nonsense. So yeah, it's about being a strong character who won't conform, being stoic, being someone. I don't even be, not being stoic, but just being strong in character. You know, being able to like resist. Yeah, cowards pick on those they perceive to be weaker. Yeah, exactly. But a lot of times is that they're not necessarily weaker. It's that they have their weaknesses. Everyone has weaknesses. Yeah, because it's like they won't look in the mirror. Like when they pick on others, and it's like they won't look in the mirror to see themselves because they're afraid of actually what it's going to take. Okay, Adam, whatever. It's like they're afraid to actually take responsibility. And I think that's the thing with a lot of the people in like the... I was talking about the whole kind of black pill community, and I think there is a lot of entitlement within that. There's a lot of, you know, thinking that they should get everything that they want without putting any work in. But that's just not how life works. You have to actually work to build yourself up first. But it's just, yeah, it has gotten more difficult for guys now, but it's also gotten difficult for women now as well, of trust issues and things like that, and just it's a kind of a mess out there in the dating scene. But yeah, they're obviously insecure, like you said before. So, hello, Bill Gates. You're right. But someone that's secure in themselves wouldn't see the need to say something negative, especially if someone's confident. They tend to want others to feel that way also. Yeah, exactly. People want to, their group to feel like they do. It's like they want to spread that energy. If you have negative energy, you'll tend to want to, not too bad, thank you, Zane. What about yourself? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, people. That would be really appreciated. You tend to want to, a lot of times people will just like try to keep each other down, like the crabs in the bucket. And then if someone wants to actually elevate, they'll try to stop them. They'll try to pull them back down and be like, what do you think you're doing? Trying to elevate, come back down here. What do you think you're doing? You've got ideas above your station, haven't you? Why don't you just come back with us and do some pot or whatever? It's like, no. From the UK, Zane, what about yourself? So yeah, it's just don't give in to these low vibrational people, because that's going to keep you there. You keep hanging around with these people, that's going to keep you at that level. So try and find a new group that's a lot more positive and uplifting. Maybe find some more like spiritual people, even the ones who want to, just be into mindfulness and positivity. And it's better than being around a bunch of toxic, low vibrational people who just want to keep each other down. You want to be around optimistic, ambitious people, if that's what you want to be yourself. So whatever you want to be, you've got to be around that kind of energy. So it's all about your vibration, your frequency, and all that. That if you're around a low vibrational frequency, then that's what you're going to be operating at. So energy is infectious. So yeah, you just got to make sure that you're infected with the positive energy and not the negative. That when you're around the right people, it's like you energize each other. You lift each other up. You all feel more energized after a conversation with each other. Whereas when you're around a bunch of negative people, you feel drained. You feel just like so like unenthusiastic about anything. That's just not a good way to be, is it? So yeah, how are we doing tonight, everyone? Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for joining me. Share this out if you can. Subscribe if you're new here. But yeah, what happened to the people? It seemed to have gone quiet. Down to 2 people again. Yeah, so is this chat still working? So make sure that this chat's still working. Says people have just like dropped off now, like they've gone quiet. Yeah. Let me know if you're still there, people. Yeah, bear with me a second. It's not lagging, is it? It's gone down to 3 people, so I'm like, let's just have a check, see what's going on. Do I have to like refresh this thing? Hang on a sec. Oh no, it's fine, isn't it? It's just yeah, it's yeah, it's fine, isn't it? Yeah, Sam, hi, welcome back. Sam, how you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me. It just went quiet for a minute, so I thought, oh, maybe there's something going on there. But yeah, let's get to 10 likes real quick. Yeah, I've not got a lot of the regulars in at the moment, but that's okay, I guess. Got a few of you here, so that's all right then. But I've come to realize that if it ever like does the buffering, all I have to do is just go off the app and come back in. I don't have to restart the live, so that's good. Because if say I get a guest on, then it should go fine, hopefully, and it won't mess things up. Wait, how do you do that David Attenborough voice? David Attenborough. I don't know. I don't know what I would say in a David Attenborough voice. Yeah. We need to recycle our plastic. I don't know. We only have one Earth. And we are destroying our only home. Yeah, posh. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like a kind of a breathy kind of like voice, isn't it? Like it's almost like Joe Biden. Hey, but like a posh English version or something. Yeah. Do you remember David Bellamy? Oh yeah, wasn't he autistic or something? If I remember, someone was saying. I will try it tomorrow. Oh really? Yeah. Good luck. Yeah, but I've heard of David Bellamy, but never really watched him. But I just remember there was something about him having autism. And then there was that Chris Packham, and he's on the spectrum, and he has this kind of like a bit of a speech impediment. If I remember, he used to do a lot of like nature programs and stuff. I think he was like one of the presenters on Springwatch. Hi, Gorilla Zemo. Is autism real? Yeah. Yeah, it is real. Yeah, it's about like, well, they used to think it was about 1 in 100, but I think it's even more common than that. Some people have a different, their brains are wired a bit different. So how you process things are a bit different. It's just, yeah. Hi, big time Charlie. Good to see you again. Nice to see you worked out your technical problems for this one. Yeah, that's it, Just a bit of a teething problem, Yeah. Yeah, I was at a dentist and there was like, they were messing around with some of their machinery and they couldn't quite get it to work and said, sorry, we're just having some teething problems. Get it? Yeah. I read the definition of autism. It sounds like normal behavior for children. Well, but then there's people who are adults who continue to struggle with things, and some people have it more than others. Like some people are very withdrawn socially, and they're a lot of time they're easily distracted. That's more ADHD, but yeah. But I used to drift off a lot in classroom, and that might have just been because I found it very boring. And how can I know if you aren't a serial killer? Well, you won't know, will you? I'm the only one that knows that. What job do I do? I don't know. I'm not a psychic. That's what I'm saying. It sounds like a learned behavior. What do you mean? Of course, there's people who actually have autism. There's people out there that have, that they can't even talk. Like it's a spectrum. Everyone's different. Some people argue that everyone's on the spectrum. So if you're trying to argue that, then I could maybe agree with that. It's just everyone's different. Some people are more extreme than others. Some people have more extreme when it comes to like social difficulties, like learning social cues and things like that. Whereas some people seem to pick it up a lot easier. So it seems like because of people are wired differently, some people are more logical and more analytical, whereas some people are more good in social situations and better at empathizing with people, for example. In my day in the 80s, you were just a bad child. I mean, I get what you're saying, but like some people actually do have some issues, and it could be a lot of it could stem from childhood traumas and negative reinforcement. I've come to realize a lot of my issues that I grew up with were from that, but I was but they said though that I did withdraw when I was about 2 years old or something, and then they noticed some strange kind of behavior, like repetitive behavior, but that could have just been like some kind of coping mechanism. I don't know. I mean, I had some quite rough few years in my formative years, so I don't know if that played a part. But I have an actual diagnosis of autism, so I'm not like making this up or anything. It's just that you seem to be kind of quite cynical about it, or whatever. Not cynical, but like maybe a bit over skeptical about things, and a lot of people seem to struggle to fit in. Whereas I mean, most people seem to fit in fine, but then some people just don't seem to really fit in with socializing can be cringe. Yeah, I know, but some people just don't fit in so much, and they just they're like their own person. It's like some people just kind of like they just go along with everything, like the football or whatever that people are into. Whereas some people they have niche interests. They have like for example like an autistic special interest, like they might be into trains, for example, or they might be into a certain cartoon or a certain video game, for example, and they're obsessed over it, like to a point that's quite extreme, like where a big part of their personality is that. Whereas most people maybe wouldn't get so extreme with obsessing over one thing like that. They would just kind of go along with society basically and just kind of do what everyone else is doing and just go with the flow kind of thing. So yeah, it has its positives and negatives, I guess. So the autism, it's like you've got to try and just leverage it for like for doing something good. So I judge people a lot, which affects my need to socialize with most people. Yeah, this is it, because it's like some people just really kind of irritate me with the way that they act. But then again, part of that could be that it kind of exposes something that I lack in some ways. Like some people say that whenever you see someone acting, hello to you, Chris, you're right, welcome in here. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, people. Like if you see something in somebody that pisses you off, that it might be because you're seeing something in yourself that pisses you off. It's like reminds you of something that you don't like about yourself. If you're finding that you're getting triggered at people a lot, then maybe you have to do some work on yourself. So that could be something to consider. Yeah. Because sometimes people don't even realize that the things that they hate in others is things they hate in themselves. It's like, yeah, because you're seeing it in somebody else, it's like you're seeing it from like a outside perspective of that trait. It really irritates you deep. Yeah, I am single, but I'm not looking for anybody really. So yeah, I judge people by the trainers, or in Liverpool they say trainees. I got a new pair of trainees. Yeah. Yeah, Chinese. Yeah, they got this like squeaky kind of accent, haven't they? What you on about? I don't make fun of Chinese, do I? What are you talking about? I just make fun of like anything really, so I'm not like singling anything out, so yeah. I just kind of I joke around like I make fun of like the 47th US president, Donald Trump. Yeah. I just like to just kind of joke around because when you take life too seriously, sometimes it can take the fun out of it. You get all these people that are so serious. You only get a lot of these like hustle culture kind of people, like like your kind of grind set people, and you're like, and also your gym rat sort of people as well, who can get quite, it can get quite, can you just, I'm always compulsively making jokes. Yeah, I can be like that, and I don't know if that's an autistic thing. Again, I don't want to I don't really want to blame everything on autism, because then the problem is that if you blame everything that you do on autism, then maybe you'll feel like you can't change it. Oh, here we go, getting spammed. Yeah, just keep getting rid of this shit, because I don't know how long they're gonna do it, but yeah, they need to just go and just get a life, basically. But it's just sad, isn't it? Some people are just so sad that they need to just get a life. Whatever. Oh, here we go again. Yeah. Anyway. What a sad, pathetic life that they must be living, eh? Need to get some professional help, I think. Anyway, who's still here then? Since we've gone a bit quieter now, but yeah. I think a lot of people have just kind of gone. A lot of my regulars have kind of disappeared. But yeah, how are we doing tonight, everybody? Hope everyone's well. Oh, here we go again. What is wrong with these people, eh? Why can't they just, why can't they just get a life, I was just looking on, like, Abby's page, and some of it, she's got some, like, shorts out there, and they're getting quite a good amount of views. I'm back, but can't stay too long. All right, Lexi, welcome back. We're just getting trolled right now, and they keep on spamming the chat. That's their way of trolling. I'm like, they must have a load of accounts or something. Just stop wasting your time here. Just leave us alone, for goodness sake. What the hell is wrong with these people? Just get a frickin' life. So sad. I mean, I'm British, yeah. Ignore them. Yeah, how you doing, Chimp? You alright? Good to see you again. Yeah, it's just it ruins the chat when they keep spamming like that. But Anton's dealing with it, so yeah, it's good when you've got someone like Anton to just like whack him with the spanner. Yeah. Anyway, I know, right? I know it's just crazy, isn't it? Dear me. But yeah. It actually doesn't, as they space out chat lol. What do you mean? What do you mean that you're about spacing out chat? Love me central. Oh yeah. Yeah. It gives you a purpose. They don't ruin it. All right. It's just when they come up here and it just kind of, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it can put people off sometimes. I don't know, but yeah, it just gets kind of annoying to see it all coming up on the screen, and yeah. Anyway, how are we doing tonight? Thank you for the 12 likes, everyone. Don't know if this person's stopped now. Maybe they've got fed up of it or something, or run out of accounts. I don't know. Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, what about yourself, Sam? Where are you from again? Hi, the God of War. Good to see you. How are you tonight? Sam's good. That's good then. Yeah, I'd like to see you still there. How's everybody doing tonight? Share this out if you can. Gorilla Ismo says just meditate into this live. Yeah, I was talking earlier about meditation and how, like, traditional forms of meditation, I don't really understand it. Like, would it not be better to just kind of focus on some hobby or something? Like, to, focus on some, building up a new skill, something that you can, like, for example, learn a new instrument. If you put that time into something like that, then you get the meditative benefits of just like focusing your intent on something and improving in, kind of different areas and becoming more well-rounded. So, just focusing on your breath, and it's like, I don't know, I mean, I guess there's a place for that, but it's just, I don't know, it's like you should become more, I think you should probably become more, mindful about your breathing and making sure that you're relaxed and all that sort of stuff, relax your vagus nerve and all that. But putting your focus into something fun that'll actually build up your character, I think, is important. Anyway, so what we're saying in the chat is just that I have to keep scrolling up. And what's your thought on the phenomenon? And I don't know what you mean. What's that you're talking about? In bed sleeping. Okay, well, you're obviously not sleeping now because you're awake. So yeah. UFOs. All right, I don't know much about UFOs. I'm a bit skeptical of a lot of that stuff, to be honest. I think a lot of the stuff that people see is just kind of, I don't know. I mean, I'm open-minded, but yeah, it's just like that. It's like you get things like Bigfoot, for example, or Sasquatch, yeah. And I don't know. It just all seems a lot of this stuff can be a bit like people get really, really superstitious. Like I was saying, now a lot of people with the conspiracy theories and stuff. Albert Einstein says Area 51. What about it? Here we go again. The spammer is still here. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life, eh? Sad. Yeah. Keep wasting your time. Because that seems to be all you're good at. Yeah, that's the only thing you seem to be good at. Because if you was good at anything else, you'd be doing that. So yeah, maybe go and get good at something, There was a good program about autistic people that I watched many years ago. It followed the lives of 3 autistic men. It was called Autistic Me One. Then there was a follow-up, Autistic Me 1 year later. Yeah. You mentioned this last night, yeah. I don't know if you remember, but yeah, you said about this last night. Yeah. Have you ever seen a thing called The Undateables? There was I don't know if it's still on TV, but it was about like people who had things like autism, Down syndrome, different conditions who, was struggle to get. Hello, Asia. How you doing? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That people would be struggling to find a date. To help them find a date, like by getting some dating agency to help, to match them up. Hi, Chris. Welcome back. How you doing? Yeah, dyslexia. Yeah, some of them might. People with different conditions, like maybe ADHD or whatever, and they might struggle to find a date, but they would help them to get together. But the thing is, a lot of the time they wouldn't really be successful. There would be a few that would be successful, but yeah, a lot of times is that they would go on these dates and then it wouldn't really work out for them or something. And I remember there was one where there was it was this woman who was in a wheelchair, and I think she got matched with another guy who had some issues as well in a wheelchair, I think, and she ended up actually rejecting the guy after all that. And even though he seemed actually better than her, like he seemed to be just more more of a well-rounded person, and she still rejected him. Like he seemed to be a lot more fun. He seemed to have a lot more kind of going for him, and she just seemed boring. So I remember watching a video about this a while ago. How that, yeah, she just seemed to be very entitled, and but there's a lot of people like us men can be like that as well, where they just really don't bring. If you know, it's like thing is you have to bring something to the table. If you want something of a high caliber, you have to bring something to the table yourself. Because it's all about give and take. Like you can't expect to just give. So you can't expect to just take. It's about giving as well. Here we go again. They must have 100 accounts or something. This person. Give me a break. Yeah. So, but yeah, like it's just people need to have realistic expectations with things, and yeah, some people, I don't know if it's their egos or whatever it is, or whatever it is that they think that they're entitled to whatever that they're not. Agreed, Jerry, and like you said, you get these overweight elderly men that think they're bringing something to the table when they go after young women in their prime. Yeah, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? And you have to really be realistic. You know, when you're at that age and you're just overweight, it's like, well, what do you expect? You know, you're not exactly a stud, are you? But then there's also women who will be chasing after chads who are like overweight. They're just really rude, and they just have no good personality traits a lot of the time, and they just have nothing going for them. And the thing is, the chads will just see them as just a bit of an easy fling, and throw them out. So of course there's some women that really do get used, but the thing is though, why would you just be like offering yourself up immediately to these guys? Just because they're attractive doesn't mean you should just like pull your pants down, for like your pants drop for them, because that's just like giving up your value as a woman. We're talking about a little bit about dating and autism and things like that at the moment. But yeah, how you doing anyway? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That'll be really appreciated. So yeah, it's just about like I said, just having realistic expectations. If you want the best, then you're gonna have to become the best. You know, if you want the attractive woman, you have to become an attractive guy. You know, if you can't be like a fat guy and then think that you're gonna pull like someone that looks like Paris Hilton or something like that. You know, it's just like you have to be realistic. Unless you're a multi-millionaire, but even then, they're probably, a lot of them probably wouldn't really be interested in you. They're only interested in the money. So I just need to stop crushing on my coworker, lol. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's it. You know, because they're probably not even interested. I bet. Yeah. What's this? Some women used to. I watched a documentary, I think it was called The Tinder Swindler type thing. And this shallow woman went after this man because he was good looking and rich, but it backfired on her when he started using her financially. Yeah, it's just like, it's karma, isn't it? Karma's a bitch, you know, it's or a bastard, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's to not be single anybody out, but yeah. Or karma's what would it be called for someone who's gender neutral? Because if you can't have a bitch or a bastard, someone who's gender neutral, what would you call them then? Because they can't be called either one, because a bitch would be for someone who's a female, and a bastard would be for a male. So what would you call someone who's a gender non-conforming then? To be fair, I think a lot of that stuff's ridiculous anyway, but I'm just trying to entertain the nonsense for a second, just for the lols. Um, yeah. Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for 14 likes, everybody. Yeah. Bit short. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Or batch. Batch would be the other one as well. Funny combination. Yeah. It'd be like a hybrid, wouldn't it? Yeah. Because that's kind of how they see themselves, like Baphomet or something. Yeah. Like Baphomet with the breast and penis. Yeah. Um, I don't know. It's like you get these freaking like the trans people where they're like, oh, hello Connor, how you doing? Make America great again. Like where they're going about, oh well, just because I look like a dude doesn't mean that I'm a dude. But I mean, the thing is, why are they getting their parts of their body chopped off to try and look like one? Thing is, they'll never truly actually look like one because physiologically, there's certain things you can't change. Like, for example, um, your shoulder width ratio and things like that. Like, there's certain things about being like just the fact that at a DNA level that it's just, yeah, I'm British, yeah, right. Like, there's just things that you cannot change, but it's like they're trying to just delude themselves. It's like they're just LARPing, basically, is how I see it. I mean, I might come across as a bit bigoted here, but I try to like entertain their ideas and stuff. But the more I look into it, the more it's just like, I don't know, like when they're just so bothered about what gender people identify them as. I don't know, like why are they so bothered about what people identify them as? Because I was having a talk with someone a while ago about this, and I was saying I think it's a bit narcissistic, and it's like, but they kind of like dismissed it and said, well, like some people are, like something about like people are being attacked for what they're doing, but it's like, I just, of course, that's, yeah, the things happen. There's extreme cases where people can have their, rights taken and whatever. And it's, yeah, like, for example, certain states or whatever. But it's like, in general, though, like, these things have become accepted. And when it gets to a point where, children are getting groomed into this kind of stuff, and it's like, that's stuff I cannot, like, support because they haven't developed fully. Then it's like, and you're saying that they can actually, and there's about, oh well, something about like if their parents can like consent to it, but what kind of parent would actually do that? Are they too weak or something to actually? Because there's long term implications of stuff like that. There is, for example, like possible fertility problems and things like that need to be really considered. The fact that there's certain things you just cannot reverse once you've done certain things to yourself. Like, it's just, you don't know what you're dealing with when you're at that age. Like, and you're in your emotions, and maybe you just started, I don't know, to question things, and it's like because you're seeing it everywhere. You're seeing there's this whole hypersexualization going on, and like you're seeing all this woke crap everywhere of sexual liberation and sex just put in your faces. Seeing pornography at such a young age. How is that gonna affect these young people's brains? It's just, yeah, good evening, Trince Ledentro. How you doing? You're all right? Welcome in here. How have you been? I saw your comment and I did respond. Um, Yeah, we're all sick and tired of the woke crap. Yeah, I know. It's just the fact that it keeps getting rammed down people's throats is where I have a problem with it. Yeah, how are you doing anyway, Trince Dentro? Yeah, so you were talking about people, so I was talking about people leaving the UK in search for a better life. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I'm just wondering, like, if people move into another country, could actually help their economy out by bringing more Western money into it, but then you could argue that it could actually decimate the Western economy even more, because of people leaving in en masse that could actually, like, yeah, you then have basically. Hello, Richard. Good to see you again. Yeah, not too bad, thank you. But yeah, Haley was here this morning saying that she's not going to be here for a while because of shit that's going on in her personal life and something. So yeah, I hope it's not anything too bad. But I guess you probably know what's going on then. But yeah, do you mean like immigration or refugee? What do you mean? I was talking about like all these Westerners moving to Eastern countries where it's a cheaper cost of living, and the effects that could have on the economy. Because there's been this thing being promoted, and I'm kind of having second thoughts myself. Where have we gone to 15? Like, so it was on 16, wasn't it? I don't know, but anyway, yeah, she's having a bad time. But yeah, I get that. But yeah, hopefully she, you know, gets over it as soon as possible, and the grass isn't green on the other side if the problem exists within. Yeah, exactly. The thing is that a lot of people will try to escape their problems, but then it's like that oftentimes they realize that it wasn't what it was all kind of chalked up to be. You might marginally improve the economy of the country you move to, but you're right, it would make it even worse for the nation you're moving from. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about because I was actually thinking an idea, right? And I don't know if this could possibly happen. It was just a theory I had that what if everybody moved over there because they thought, you know what, let's move where it's cheaper, that would somewhat improve their economy. And then what would happen is the UK would become so poor, it might become a point where like people from the East would then actually want to move to the UK because it becomes so like shit, that the economy becomes so shit, so things become cheaper over here. So it ends up actually like the tables turn. I don't know, it was just a kind of like a mad theory that I had on it where it could end up going back and forth, where people moving from one country to another trying to leverage the economy, and then when that doesn't work anymore, people move back to where they come from. So maybe the East will actually have its time in the sun, and the West will kind of have a dark period. It's just I don't know if that would actually happen. It would have to take enough people actually deciding to, like, if people en masse actually moved, and it was like to a point where the population halved basically, which is unlikely anytime soon, but who knows. The thing is, there's probably not even enough room for everybody. Their countries are quite, well populated as they are. They have denser populations than the UK, I think, don't they? Places like the Philippines, for example, I think has over 100 million people in it. It's not really that much bigger than the UK, I don't think. So yeah, it's also not just an economic question, of course. There are also a sense of duty and patriotism involved. But I'm not a patriot though, and I've never have been. I just don't really give a fuck about the country because I'm not. I don't really. It's not. Basically, my country isn't something that I really. I'm just not interested because most people I could not really care about. I don't have any. I'm more interested in myself and the people in my immediate circle for the most part, and those that mean the most to me. outside of that, I could not give a rat's ass because these people have no effect on my life. So yeah, it might sound quite kind of negative or whatever, but yeah, I'm not gonna be loyal to the country for that. I mean, yeah. The thing is, a lot of patriotism is kind of just to me, it's kind of like a propaganda that they get people to become patriots to basically so that they basically support their government during wars and shit like that, and like funding wars because it's for our country. But a lot of it, when you look into it, is kind of yeah, it's anything but really. It's but yeah, I do agree that we shouldn't be doing all this foreign aid shit. Like the thing is, it's like maybe I could become more patriotic. You could say if the people were actually being treated like you know properly in this country. Like it's just which can then make people become quite apathetic and miserable. And that's why I really don't like this country that much. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but it just turns the country into a kind of a bitter place where people struggle to get ahead. But what we're supposed to do, we have to become more smart. We have to work smarter, not harder. All these people just focusing on work, and then they end up making F all. They work longer hours at their job just to try and make a decent life for themselves, but then they're miserable. They don't even have any time to enjoy the money. So even if they make like a decent money, but then they have maybe a few hours a week that they get to actually enjoy it, what's the point of that? So yeah. So the best thing to do would be starting some kind of business and learning a new skill to leverage. Perhaps maybe starting your own brand to sell your own products and stuff, because then you don't have some middleman taking a cut. It's your product. You're selling your own, whether it's your product or your service that you're selling. So yeah, your thoughts on the very controversial David Icke and his beliefs. I mean, some of his stuff I think is actually legit, but a lot of it is just a lot of crap. Like, it's one of those cases of chew off the meat and spit out the bones. Yeah. Question for everyone, BCAD or BCEC, what do you mean? But yeah, I hope everyone's had a blessed day today. If you're new here, can you subscribe, please? What time we're on now? It's about 10 o'clock now. So it's gone really fast tonight. Really enjoyed it again. It's been a good one again. So yeah, thank you for the 15 likes, everybody. Probably won't be on too much longer. Need to try and get some more videos out as well. So yeah, I might try and get something out tomorrow. But I've been just kind of stuck on an idea of like a video to put out. But if you've got any ideas of things you'd like me to talk about, I might do that one on meditation, and I might put a video on meditation doesn't have to be boring or something like that, and explain how people can actually enjoy meditation, because meditation is advertised as this just kind of like boring thing. Before Christ. Oh yeah, no, like BC, AD. Why? What about BC and AD? What's that got to do with anything? Anyway, yeah, how are we doing tonight? I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for hanging out with us. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyone still there? Let me know. What's this? Trix Ludentro says BC and AD for me. It's what defies the eras, right? What's BCE and CE though? I don't know what you mean. I mean, I would say BC and AD, but I don't know what you mean by BCE and CE. I've never heard that. I don't quite understand. I don't know. It's a secularized version. Yeah. Yeah, that's... I mean, I'm not a religious person, but it's like, it can just be good to like kind of leave it as it is. It's like when they say, oh, we shouldn't call it Christmas because, we should just have it like some kind of like seasons, greetings, or whatever kind of crap. It's like, I think that certain traditions should probably stay, like, because, what's wrong with it, I know like some people are not religious and that's fine. It's just, but yeah, it is what it is, it's like they're offended because they're not religious or something. Is that what it is? Still refers to the same point in time though, so kind of useless even from an atheist perspective. Yes, that is what it is. Yeah. What you mean is in like it's just literally BCAD, it's just two letters basically. It's just, yeah. It just gets ridiculous, like when they're saying, "Oh, we want to change the blah blah black sheep to blah blah rainbow sheep because of it being racist or some crap." It's like, no, it's just a color. It's just, like, considering we have days named after gods, leave it as it is. Yeah, exactly. Even like things like months of the year, like July is named after Julius Caesar, for example. Augustus is like you've got, what else have you got? Like you got these even planets, isn't it? Is it planets? Oh no, hang on. Weren't they after gods or something? And the names of planets and stuff. Is it still the birth of Christ which divides the eras? Only the names are different, right? Okay. As in, like, I don't understand, like, why they would change it then. I don't know. It's like, because to some people, Christ isn't, like, well, they believe that Christ was a thing, but they don't necessarily believe in the religious connotations of it with the, like the resurrection and the crucifixion and resurrection. Like they just maybe believed that he was more of like just like a kind of, whatever you call it, like some enlightened kind of person or whatever, and was trying to wake people up. And I don't know. Hello, Abby, welcome back. Oh, you made it again. What happened? Yeah, you've been off for a while, but yeah. Just talking about like the whole thing of BC and AD and how they're talking about wanting to change it because religious people, they're saying because of the religious connotations of it or something. Anti-Christian or more inclusive, I guess. That's the question. Yeah. But I mean, like, this is a thing of like inclusivity, but yeah, I mean, I get that. It's just a freaking couple of letters. It doesn't really mean anything. Yeah. It's okay, yeah. What do you mean, get girl trouble? I just noticed you like on your shorts. Hello, yeah. Doing pretty well, Abby. So yeah, looks like you've maybe just gets a few of these posts out. Who knows, you might actually, get bigger on YouTube than you would have on TikTok if you just put a few of your videos out on here. And yeah, just keep at it, Your last one's on 154 views, the one before that 435 views. So yeah, your first two shorts. So yeah, I think shorts can be good for building your account up, but yeah, you might want to put some long form content out as well. That might help as well. don't know how many views they are, my videos. Yeah, the last one, it said 154 views, and then the other one's on 435 views. And it might still go up. Who knows? Maybe it'll get thousands, you never know. So yeah, just gotta keep posting new stuff out and onwards and upwards. And trying to inspire people. Difficulty choosing an outfit. Disavow. Alright. Is this supposed to be a joke? Even if you're not Christian, it is just tradition at this point. Like Anton said, nobody's making a fuss about the pagan days of the week either. Yeah, exactly. It's like you would have to like basically change up everything, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would. It's just it gets ridiculous. Where do you draw the line? And it's like you would have to redo everything. It's just absolutely insane. Some of the stuff that people are talking about wanting to do. A bad one, perhaps. What's that? Thanks for checking. No problem. But yeah, just keep it up, you know. Yeah. It's probably because they think you're Margot Robbie, so that's why they're doing well. Welcome back. It's the name. How are you doing? They probably thought, oh, it's Margot Robbie's got a YouTube channel. Yeah. All right. But yeah, it's still the other one's still going up to 439 views now. So yeah, your videos are doing well. Like they're continuing to go up in views, so that's good to see. Yeah. I reckon once you get a few out, you'll probably see your subscribers going up. And a bad joke, I'll find my own way out. I don't know. I didn't even understand it. Yeah. Some jokes go over my head. Yeah. I'm okay, just watch something about a serial killer. Oh yeah. What was that about? I mean, like, what was it called? I did watch a bit of like true crime stuff, but yeah, I kind of had a bit of a stint of like watching a few of those things. I like that stuff, yeah. I like to get into like the psychology of people who do this kind of stuff. Hello, Hannah, how have you been? Better late than never, eh? Yeah. So, yeah, I like to understand the psychology of why people do certain things, what motivates them to commit certain things. I've downloaded YouTube Studio, so it'll keep track of my videos and views. Oh yeah, that's good. Once you get to 50 subscribers, I think you can go live from your phone, so you might be able to do phone lives once you get that. And it'll be like this, and you'll get people just like popping up on your screen. But yeah, so you might be able to do that. I think it's bloodlust. All right. Yeah, I know, but a lot of times is that there's oftentimes there's some insecurities or there's some kind of or whatever it or some kind of there's also there are different reasons why people do what they do. I'm not saying it justifies it, but I think if you understand why people do certain things, then it can sort of make you become kind of like when you see people going through certain struggles, and it's like we need to like actually help these people because they could actually become crazy and they might do something insane, like so not just from like actually helping them to help them, but you never know what these people are capable of if they're pushed to the extreme. Like for example, I was talking about the whole kind of black pillars, you know, like the ink wells, shall we call them, like, you know, like the ones that the guys who can't get a girlfriend, for example, or the struggle to get a girlfriend, you know, that some of them can become radicalized from that. But of course there's, you know, not that many of them, but there's still that possibility there that it can happen. But we should really be trying to help them to be more, you know, to change their mindset on things and help them to see the light. Because I think we were talking about this before. I don't know if it was with Dale about like how some of the mindset of these people, like they're so close but yet so far away. Like there was this guy called Just James, and he seemed to have a lot going for him, but yet he still just didn't seem to be able to, you know, make that connection. Like there was something missing. and it was his mindset, I think, on things from negative reinforcement. Gruesome stuff, yeah. Or Dharma, no, I've not seen anything about that, but yeah. But yeah, I watched stuff on like Elliot Rodger and that stuff, and it's just like I said, but the thing I think with like Elliot Rodger, it did seem quite like narcissistic, to be honest. But there is some people out there that but they have some deep rooted issues, like, and these people don't seem to be getting any help to change their mindset on things. And the Supreme Gentleman, it's like just trying to understand what drives them to it, and so then we can maybe look out for warning signs with these people and become more mindful to make sure that people are getting their needs met, because there's a lot of people out there that are silently suffering with like insecurities or things that they feel like they're lacking in their life, and they won't always be open about it because they don't like to talk to their family, for example. And it's just in some cases I feel like what's went wrong with the parenting. Of course, they're not always to be blamed, but sometimes you think, what could they have done something better? Could they have done more to help this person self-actualize and all that? Hi, Doradix Play. I can't speak a sentence in Portuguese, no. I don't really know anything in Portuguese. Yeah. Anyway, do you know a sentence in Portuguese? Bit of a random one, but yeah. How are you doing tonight, everybody? Hope you're all well. Let's get to 20 likes real quick before I go. I think we can get there. 2 more likes, guys. Abby, are you still there? Who's still there? You have to let me know what time you want to call tomorrow, but yeah, you can maybe tell me more about what's been going on in private. But yeah, 19 likes. Thank you very much, people. But yeah, we're just gonna not let anybody or anything get us down, because like I said, I lost a TikTok account, but I'm kind of somewhat glad that it happened. I actually feel a lot better on here, to be honest with you. I much prefer this platform. I know like some people might not agree, but I much prefer it on here. I just found TikTok was just, something was off about it. It was a lot of just really stupid, immature people, but then again, I should have probably restricted the live on there and just but the thing is though, even like a lot of the grown-up people on there, they were just a lot of them were quite narcissistic and needy type of people. Those are not really the type of people I really want to be entertaining. I only want to be entertaining good, wholesome people and having wholesome discussions. And I find that I tend to have that more on here. What's that? And Hannah's saying, what's this? What we're saying? What's impressive? Hang on. Or you can speak Portuguese. You haven't just like typed and be like, to find something to make you look like, because I could have done that. I could have been like, right, let's go find something on Google Translate. Can you speak English, please? No, I'll not. Okay, yeah. Thanks for ruining the magic. Yeah. Oh, actually, speaking of ruining the magic, I actually revealed one of my tricks earlier. Yeah. Which was the any card at any number trick. So yeah. I actually revealed it on here because someone said that they knew how it was done. So I was like, I'm just gonna like show it. I don't even really care. Like, yeah. I wanted to know that. What's that? Oh yeah, I don't really. I know bits of French. Like I learned French at school. Like, but I wouldn't be. It's just like I don't really have like I wouldn't really be able to have a conversation. It's just I know like bits of different things like animal names and different things like that. Like I remember like different like weathers and stuff like that. You know, like when it was raining, it would be pleur, or it'll be il pleur, which means it's raining, or il neige meant it's snowing. So there were things like that I learned in French. I remember like lapin was rabbit in French. Serpent is snake, obviously, because that's where serpent comes from. A lot of our words actually are derived from French, aren't they? If you notice, yeah, yeah. So I know a little German, French, and Spanish, but other than that, good old Google. Oh yeah. Well, there was that freaking bitch of an ex-girlfriend thing that I had, and she claimed to know about, what was it, 6 or 7 languages or whatever she claimed to know. I mean, I don't even know what to believe anymore, because it could have just been that she was, I don't know, I don't even know if she was just trying to act like she was like the coolest person or whatever, and she would have all these kind of accolades and stuff. Oh, look at me, I can speak 6, 7 different languages, and claim that she knows all these famous people and all this shit. I mean, how did you meet her? It was off TikTok, but yeah, that's saying something because a lot of people on there are toxic. So yeah, but it was just really toxic and narcissistic person. Probably the most narcissistic person I've ever met. One of the most narcissistic people I've ever met. Yeah. I wish I paid more attention in school, but yeah, well, you can't be dwelling on the past though. There's only one that I could vouch for from my research. What do you mean? But one what? One what can you vouch for, do you mean? As in celebs she knew. As in me? Are you talking about that I'm the celeb? Yeah, yeah. Like some people were literally like, yeah. I'll tell you an experience, right? There was this woman that like, that was like, I was used to come into my TikTok live. Well, two then. Okay, who's that then? Who's the other one? That basically we agreed to have a phone. Well, it was on Instagram, right? And she was like, oh, you know, I was trying to set everything up, and because she was acting as though she was having an interview with a celebrity or something. That's how she was treating it. But then it was weird because she went disappeared after that. So it was probably because she got validated and then just kind of she was like, oh, he's validated me now. I've got what I want. So yeah. Art from that horror film. Oh yeah. Yeah, because you were going on about like being working on horror films and shit. There's a TT with or without makeup on. What's that? We mean a TT without makeup on. Her art is creepy. Yeah. 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 Yeah, it was just like some of the conversations I'd have where girls start getting quite kind of it start going kind of like dark, shall we say. Yeah. Nothing is to be believed. Yeah, she just like what's this? David Thornton or something, but who knows whether the profile was actually real, to be fair. Yeah, I don't even believe much of anything that she said. Like, she was claiming that she heard two neighbors were from a band called Nightwish and Sabaton, which, if you're into like metal music, heavy metal, and rock music, then you'll probably have heard of them at some point. I'm thinking to myself, if she actually had these as her neighbors, then like, why isn't she doing better for herself then? Because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you be basically a loser on the internet just trying to get attention from random people if you supposedly have these people as your freaking neighbors? It just doesn't add up, does it? Heard them from my teenage year, oh really? Listen to One Night with song like, oh yeah, did you like it then, or what did you think? Yeah. She told lies and she wanted people to believe her. Yeah, pretty much. It was just it was so that she'll get attention basically, because she had to come across like somebody that like had a load of accolades and loads of claims to fame. It just all seemed too good to be true. Looking back, I'm like, I should have probably been more skeptical of it, but she probably just told me all this stuff just to kind of like make me more interested, and it was all just manipulation tactics basically. And yeah, then when you look back, it was just so much manipulation going on. And what made you attracted to her? Because what happened, right? She came across like, oh yeah, I've got these sort of issues. Like she had like autism like me. She had some other issues as well, and it was like we could bond over like things, and we liked a lot of the same music and stuff like that. We had a lot of similar kind of interests. She was quite healthy and all that, and it was I was like, all right, she seems like quite cool and all that. And but then I started to see more and more that she was getting narcissistic, and but I thought, oh, maybe it's her problems from the past that have made her like that. But I've come to realize more and more that it's probably just all a facade, a lot of it, and it's probably she probably doesn't actually she's probably exaggerating a lot of stuff, and just to get like more attention and more sympathy and whatever. It's just I just don't know what to believe anymore. The bonding thing, yeah. Well, it's kind of like the trauma bonding thing, isn't it? But there was a lot of love bombing stuff. Some red flags should never be ignored, I know, but this is stuff I have to learn from, and in the future, if it happens again, then I can see it. So it's all a positive, I guess, that when things happen like this, then it's like next time if it crops up, then it's like, right, I'm out. Yeah, I'm not letting this happen again. How are you supposed to trust someone? Well, it takes time, doesn't it? It takes time to. But then again, some people might play the long game. But I was actually supposed. This is a crazy, right? I was actually supposed to go on a plane to go and see her next week. Yeah, I was gonna be staying with her, but I was actually, I'd actually booked a flight, and then she basically just turned out to be a fucking bitch who just cannot just act like a normal human being, and just has to get all narcissistic. And she literally came into the chat the other day trying to mess around, and because she kept on going about, oh, there's something going on between you and Abby, I bet. It was just so toxic. And yeah, was it long distance? Yeah, she lives in Sweden, so I was going to go on a flight to see her and all that. I think maybe going forward that anything long like that is maybe probably not worth it, because they could get you to, book a flight and then not. Well, she didn't actually get me to do it. It was just I actually wanted to do it to try and. It was more to kind of just put my mind at rest that it was actually for real. But then she would just it would just get thrown back in my face. That I tried everything to try and make her happy, and then it was like never anything was enough, and it was like all she just wanted was attention. It seemed she just wanted all of my attention, and then when I wasn't giving it for a little bit, then she would freak out at me. I haven't actually met up before. It was someone that I'd talked to for a while on TikTok, and it seemed like we had this deep connection where it was suddenly like I'd known her for years, but it was all just a bunch of manipulation to make you feel like you have this strong connection, just so that, because the thing is they know that they can just get away with a load of bullshit, and they'll do all this shit testing on you, like the mind games, and they think that you're just going to stick around through all this bullshit, but then they end up shooting themselves in the foot because you're going to only be able to put up with it so much before you're going to reach breaking point. So they're really not doing themselves any favors. It's like you're just going to end up probably old and single because, you know, she's not getting any younger, and after so long, no, you know, guy's really going to take her seriously. It's like, what are you doing with your life? You know, they're just going to look at you as pathetic because, yeah, fact is you don't know the person until you live with them. Well, that's what I was planning to do. I was going to actually go and stay with her so that I would actually know who I'm dealing with, because I can't be like committing long term to someone that I haven't actually met. So I was like, we need to meet as soon as possible. And looking back, I think the fact that she tried to kind of put it off a little bit to like at a certain date, and I'm like, why can't we just meet up now? I was literally willing to just go out and meet her like at the drop of a hat and like just get it all sorted and get to meet her straight up. But hello to you, Ianu. How you doing tonight? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, like the live, share this out if you can. But basically, what happened? She was I don't think she had actually any intentions of having me go over. It was probably all just to basically kind of drag things out, because she knew that if I'd booked a thing, then it would keep me like invested. How's it going, Vignesh? No, I don't do Minecraft. So it was just a lot of like manipulation. I've come to realize that it was just the whole thing of her agreeing to have me go over. It was just to keep me invested, because if someone's going to try and come up with excuses to not meet, then I'm just going to be like, you know what, bye. I'm not doing this. Like, I can't take you seriously. Just, you know, move on. You've just got to move on from these things if that's okay, bro. Yeah. It's just about becoming kind of, but yeah, Abby, are you still there? But yeah, your last video's on 185 views. The other one's on 441. So yeah, they're continuing to go up in views. But yeah, just keep it up. Yeah, how are we doing tonight, people? But you know, you just got to live and learn from it. You know, you've got to, you know, I wouldn't say take the L, because you know you get all these people saying take the L. There is not an L, okay? Because apparently, right, I don't know how true this is, but whenever you take an L, it actually decreases your testosterone. Again, I don't know how true this is. It could be some bro science, but it's all about your mindset, and it's important to have a positive mindset on whenever things happen, like a breakup or a some kind of setback happens. Even like how I lost my TikTok account. And part of me thinks that she might have had something to do with that, but that's, you know, beside the point. But when things happen, you think, oh, I'm still kind of like feeling sorry for myself. How could this happen to me? But you have to learn to kind of just be patient and just like see that it might be there for your development. So try to frame it in a positive way instead of a negative. That's my thoughts on that. Excuses of that type just mean that you are benched, potentially to be subbed in when needed, but probably not worth it. You mean as in like it was just yeah, well, are you on about when they make excuses not to meet up? Are you talking about? Well, she didn't make excuses. It was just but I was just wondering what would actually have happened if I'd have kept putting up with it. She might have stood me up on the day, which would have been absolutely heartbreaking, but I think it was good to get out of it at that point, because I realized that this was not right. It was just I actually had to end it myself because it was just not. It was just her basically trying to gaslight me and to try to make me feel like that I'm the one that's the problem or whatever she was trying to do. While you're on the hook, she can keep looking. What you mean? And about like it's difficult for me to have hard conversations without an angry face. How do I overcome this? I don't know. Like, I mean, it's just we're only human, you know. Like, we'll have ways of expressing ourselves that isn't always how that we come how we want to come across. But I mean, communication is can be like, you know, to try and just explain that, you know, that I don't want to, I don't mean to come across as angry, but it's just, yeah. So maybe that's the best way to kind of deal with it. Is just explaining that, you know, that you may come across quite angry or triggered or whatever, but yeah, what were you saying there, Hannah? Is that what stat is it? Oh, very paper bag for Ignash. I thought you were speaking in a foreign language then. Edinburgh Fringe. Is that Edinburgh Fringe Festival? Yeah. Is that for like people like on the fringes of society? I know, terrible joke, but yeah. I would love to do something like that. Haha. Oh yeah. Sure, funny people. Oh really? I was just thinking something, but yeah, I should probably try and filter myself a little bit, but yeah. Jamie, can I ask, go ahead, what you want to ask? I told a funny joke yesterday, but no one got it. Oh yeah. It was good. How's it going, Shell? You alright? Hope you enjoyed those 4 kilos of potatoes, a bottle of oil I sent you. Please call Nathaniel. He'll give it to you. Oh, really? Good for him. I wasn't here to get it in my defense. Oh, really? If you think being autistic makes you vulnerable, I mean, I think it's just more, a lot of it's probably more down to my upbringing. I would say like that can have an effect if you've got, because I had like grandparents and stuff for the most part, and they might have been a bit old, they were a bit older and they didn't really have the ability to kind of maybe discipline me the most, and also like give me more kind of like the life lessons that I needed at that age. So it didn't help when you've got that. But if you've got the right people around you, like anybody really, whether you're neurotypical or not, like it might make you more vulnerable to being scammed, for example. So I think it's more just being, you know, you know, having the good upbringing, but you can learn to become more like streetwise, shall we say. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on that whole thing. But yeah, what the joke was that? Hang on. Oh yeah, you off now, Trince. Yeah, you take care. I'll see you again soon. We'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, we've had an interesting convo again tonight. Hope for a different audience. All right. Well, hang on, what we're saying. When you said your dad was short, I asked how tall your mum's postman was, and you said you didn't know, lol. I don't know. Is it supposed to be some joke about like adultery or something like that? I don't know. Was it something about like tough crowd? Oh yeah. I know. Anyway, but yeah. I don't know what you was like trying to say with that joke or something like. Is it something about me man like banging the postman or something like that? It sounds it. All right. Um, Sometimes I'm just quite slow to get jokes, so yeah, it can ruin it sometimes when it has to be explained though. Yeah, he's a filth mind. I have a filth mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Anyways, you're from the UK, I guess. Yeah, yeah, Vignesh. Yeah, what about yourself? Where are you from? I'm gonna be getting off in a sec. I've been on for like quite a while now, so yeah. Because I went live before this live as well twice. Yeah, probably gonna call it a night, I guess. Because yeah, I don't want to outstay my welcome. Really, I know like you might want to stay watching, but sometimes it's good to yeah have other things going on as well and have time to. I think it's good to have time to reflect and to like kind of process what's been going on. It's good to have some yeah. I'm from India, just came across you like, yeah, nice to meet you. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with us. But yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow morning. So yeah, everybody have a good night. And yeah, if anybody's still there, I will, yeah, I'll see you all in the morning. If not, I'll probably see you tomorrow night. So until then, peace out. Bye.